What is up, my beautiful people? This is Kristen Peoples coming to you with bossofculture.org. I hope you're doing super fabulous today. I am. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you guys being here today. Got a little Palo Santo going to clear the space. So if you came here with any negativity, we wish it gone right now. And it is so. So guys, I wanted to touch base with you because I wanted to talk to you about a topic of being triggered. I want to talk to you about why people try to trigger you and what you can do to overcome those triggers. But before we get started, I have a quick affirmation for you, and it comes to you from George Eliot. And it says, "It is never too late to be what you might have been." You guys, every breath you take, every step you make, you have the opportunity to be great. So never think it's too late to be in the career that you want to be in, to start that business, to get that body, just to live life to the fullest. It is never too late, because as long as you have breath in your body, the opportunity is theirs, and it's theirs for you, and it's there for you, and it's an oyster for you to take, right? So the world is your oyster. Make sure you open it up and enjoy it, because that's what life is all about. So guys, on to the topic of being triggered, because Lord knows I have been in situations where people try to purposely trigger me at work. I'll give you some examples of what I did to overcome that and how it actually worked in my favor. So you guys, if you got a pen and paper, make sure you pull it out, take some notes here, because number one, I want you to understand that when people purposely try to trigger you, it is because they are professionally jealous of you. And now, if we're talking on a personal side, you guys, because they're flat out jealous of you. But if we're talking on a workspace level, they are jealous of your work ethic. They are jealous of the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, that you have confidence in the work that you're doing, that they feel incompetent in the work that they're doing. You get along well with others. I mean, it could be a plethora of reasons why people can be professionally jealous of you. But what people try to do is they try to study you. They actually do study you. They don't try. They actually do study you to find out what your pain points are. And that is, again, whether we're talking personal or professional. Let's find out what this person's pain points are, and let's push their buttons, because what they're doing is they're trying to find a flaw in you. Now, if someone's trying to do these things to you, take this as a compliment. Be very gracious of the fact that someone thinks so highly of you that they take time out of their day to try to figure out how they can push your buttons. So just relish in that moment, relish in that opportunity of saying to yourself when someone tries to push your button, wow, this person's been thinking about me all day. Because that's what I would think to myself. I'm like, okay, is this all they got? You know, you want to talk about my face looking a certain way in a meeting. You want to talk about me not sounding professional enough. You want to talk about when I bring my kids to work day that you're surprised that my children are as articulate as they are. You know, those type of things. Or you don't know what you're doing with the gaslighting, all of that stuff. And what I did was, when I found a pattern of people trying to bring me down, I said to myself, okay, I know these things trigger me. And I know each and every day these people are going to make a point to try to make my life miserable. So I can either walk in there and fall into their trap and curse them out like I really want to, because trust me, it's been days I wanted to cuss them out. Or I can make a plan ahead of time. And guys, what I have found is that when I know people purposely try to trigger me, see, your intuition is your personal GPS, and it tells you each and every time, this person doesn't like me. This person doesn't wish the best for me. And so when you know that, listen to your intuition and have a plan next time you are around that person. Now, if you have the opportunity not to be around these people, exclude these people from your life. But if these are people that you have to be around, whether it's your family or your co-workers, limit your exposure to them. But if you have to be around them, less is more, and have your plan. Have your lines already set up. And one that I know that worked really good for me is, Oh, I'm sorry you felt that way. Oh, I did that? Oh, I'm sorry that you felt that way. Not I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that offended you, or I'm sorry if you felt that I didn't do that the right way. Is there another way you prefer me to do that? You guys, we got to learn to take our ego out of things, because at the end of the day, these people are trying to crush your ego. Have you ever heard of the saying, no one can drive you crazy unless you give them the keys? Do not allow anyone to manipulate you or have control over your emotional state. Now, for those of us that suffer from PTSD, there are going to be some things that set us off. And that is the reason why I make sure that I pray and meditate every morning, that I set an intention that this day is going to be a great day, and that nothing is going to stop me from enjoying the bliss that is before me. I set out the day saying that nothing but good comes to me, and that I'm coming in contact with people that can only help me, right? So when you put that out there, you set that intention, and it's almost like a repellent. It's an imaginary repellent that you can't even see, but you're speaking those things into existence, and you're believing those things, and you're feeling those things, that you know that you're going to surround yourself with good people, and that the people that are your haters, because your haters are there. And I'll tell you this too, if you don't have any haters, you're doing something wrong. But if you do have haters, know that your haters are your motivators. And that's not just a saying, it is so true. What I've done at work is, the more people hated on me, the better I freaking did my job. The better I dressed every day. I'm like, oh, who can I piss off today? Oh, is it pissing them off that I'm looking this good when I come in here? Is it pissing them off that I'm smelling this good when I come in here today? Is it pissing them off that I know how to crush my job and get things done? You guys, when people were coming at me, even though I cried myself to work every day, they did not see this right here, this exterior. When I walked through those doors, stone faced, they didn't know. I was falling apart on the inside, though. I was falling apart on the inside. But I never let them know that it was bothering me. And I'll tell you this. I had a manager who purposely, she would try to get me in this room. And I know I had a video on this. I'm going to find it, and I'll link it here or down below. This woman, I was trying to avoid her the best I could. She wanted to meet with me so bad because she wanted to push my buttons so that I could go off on her, because I wanted to. There were a lot of things I wanted to do to this woman, but I didn't, right? Because I was just like, I'm not going to give her what she wants. I'm not going to hand this woman on a silver platter what she wants. I'm going to make her squirm. I'm going to drive her crazy, because I'm going to play her game better than she can. So every time she wanted to meet with me to take me away from my job, because see, remember, they give you these deadlines that's impossible to meet with all this work, the crappy work that no one else wants, because these are the programs that are all messed up, or whatever the job may be. Mine were programs that were messed up, right? No one wanted these programs, and they wanted to punish me by having me do them. Because you know why? Number one, I was good at what I did. They knew I could get it done. I knew they were using me, but it was my job. I was getting paid to be there to do it, right? And I would tell her, every time she tried to approach me, I'd say, well, what's more important? Is it more important for me to get this done, or for us to meet? Is there any particular reason why we want to meet? You know, she would call me, she would text me, she would email, we've got to meet, we've got to meet, we've got to meet. And finally, I sent her a button agenda. And I asked her, I said, if there's anything, if there's anything on the agenda that we need to discuss, I have these questions. I made sure I outlined on the agenda the questions that I had, so that I can keep our conversation brief and on topic. And I asked her if there was anything on the agenda that she needs to add. We are only sticking to these topics, you guys, when we have this agenda. Once we've agreed upon this agenda, there will be no time for ambush meeting. I will call them tear down sessions. And because I know that every time I would walk in a room, before I knew what they were trying to do, it was a tear down session. It was these ugly things that people were saying about me personally, not about my professional performance. It was all about me personally, to tear me down as a person. But inside I knew, this woman must be really hurting, or this man must be really hurting, that they have to project their feelings onto me. They really don't like themselves. And so they're coming at me because they hate what they see. They're haters. And that's how you have to treat these people, you guys. Get past the ego. Take yourself outside of yourself. And that's why mindfulness is so important. If you can do a mindfulness exercise each and every day, do that. And what I mean by mindfulness is right now I'm sitting down. I'm noticing that my backside is on this stool that I'm sitting on right now. I'm noticing that I just heard an airplane fly across the sky. I'm noticing that I hear some birds chirping outside. You understand what I'm saying? Be aware of your surrounding. Be in the present moment. Because when we focus on the past and what people have done to trigger us in the past, then we live there and we stay there. If we worry about what they're going to do to us in the future, then we're not here right now. That's why mindfulness is so important. This is not any new age stuff. This is you guys getting to know who you are at your core. Now, the other thing too that you want to understand about being triggered. When you're being triggered, you have to ask yourself too, because I always say every person I come in contact with, whether it's my children or other children or an adult, that person is your teacher. And if a person is triggering you that bad, you got to come back home and have a meeting with yourself and say, okay, this person said something that really hurt me today, or this person said something that really angered me today, or this person said something that really made me feel anxious today. Why is it that I'm feeling this way? Because remember, you guys, every situation is a lesson. Analyze that. Have a meeting with yourself to find out, what is it I'm supposed to be learning from this experience so that you can be prepared the next time. Because we talk about shadow work, and I have another video about shadow work, recognizing your shadow side. We all have a shadow, and we all must do shadow work to understand what is it that we're trying to suppress and what is it that we're trying to hide, because we all have parts of us that we try to hide. And we have to learn to face those demons. Because you see, guys, once you face those demons, there's nothing anyone can say that could take you off your square. They may take you off your square on the inside, and you can go home and deal with that. But on the outside, you need to be cool as a cucumber. And again, don't hand anyone the keys. If it gets to be that bad, excuse yourself. But the first line of defense is, oh, I'm sorry that you felt that way. Second line of defense, if this person wants to meet with you and they want to tear you down, you control the narrative by having an agenda. And the second they get off topic, you can say, hey, we're getting off topic here. If you don't mind, I'd like to get back to the topic at hand, because I have this other work that I need to get done. You do realize that, that deadline is coming up and I want to make sure I meet it. Throw back up in their face what they're throwing to you. They want you to get a bunch of work done in a short amount of time, and then they want to meet with you at the same time. Give them a 30-minute agenda, 30 minutes, and that's it. They get off into the weeds and say, oh, I'm sorry, I want to get back. If you don't mind, can we get back on topic? Because, this is really important for me to get the work done that you need to get done. I was being halfway sarcastic in there, you guys. And I don't mind being sarcastic in a very respectful way. You have to walk a line of sarcasm. But you need me to get something done, we need to be staying on topic. This is professional here, right? We're professionals. So we need to remain that way. So guys, I hope this information has been helpful. But I know one thing's for sure. We have to always check in with ourselves. Because when a person is triggering us, there's a reason why. And as long as we understand the reason why they're trying to trigger us, or even if someone unintentionally triggers you, you got to find out, why am I triggered? And deal with self. But we are all works in progress, you guys. I'm a work in progress. You're a work in progress. We all are. None of us are walking around here perfect. And you guys, I'll be the first to tell you too. If you see someone having a moment and they're triggered, don't call them crazy. Offer them support. Because there's going to be a time where you're going to need support. And I always believe in treating people the way I want to be treated. Okay? So if someone's having a moment, don't sit back and let people bully on them. Say, hey, can I help you with, do you need some help? Do you need anyone to talk to? You don't have to do that in front of anyone, but you can pat them on the back and say, you know what? I totally get where they're coming from. Hey, such and such, I can help you with that. If you see something like that happening in a group setting where you see people ganging up on someone, don't sit back and let it happen. Because a lot of the problems that we're having nowadays, you guys, is people sitting back and being silent. So be the solution and not the problem. You guys, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. I want to get this message to the masses, along with the other messages on my other videos on this channel. Make sure that you like this video if it resonated with you. I know it has. Sharing is caring. Make sure that you share. You guys, comment in the comment section below. That's what it's for. We are a community. We are all here to uplift each other. And you guys, I invite you to please visit bossupculture.org. Make sure that you support us in any way. How can you support us? You can support us in, linking our videos to your social media, sending people to this channel, sending people to the website, bossupculture.org, telling your job about us, because we want to make sure that you are in an environment where you can thrive, and we want your employer to thrive as well. My 501c3, you guys, raises money for mental health care. I know when I was in the thick of being bullied and mobbed at my job, I needed to see a psychiatrist and a psychologist, okay? The mental crisis was real, and I know that what you're going through. But I also have insurance, and I also had insurance through that employer at the time. You guys, I know that it costs money for people to see a therapist. At least one that can really help you through your mental health crisis. So I invite you to donate to bossupculture.org, because it is not cheap to see a quality therapist. There's people out there that cannot afford to see one, you guys. And that is what Boss Up Culture is raising funding for those that cannot afford it. So I'm asking that you chip in $5, $10, whatever you can to help those in need. And who knows, you may be that person in need. And that's who we're doing this for. So there's a qualification process. You do have to fill out an application to be able to receive this grant. But I'm asking you guys from the bottom of my heart to please support Boss Up Culture in any way that you can. I am Kristen Peoples, and I thank you for supporting this channel and supporting this video any way possible. And let's make sure that we uplift other targets of workplace bullying abuse. You guys, I love you, and until next time, peace out. Bye.